Why has this become the norm? At around 10 a.m. on Tuesday, the 26th of July, two men armed with knives stormed a church in Saint Etienne-du-Rouvray, where they took 5 people hostage. 2 nuns, 2 churchgoers, and 84-year-old priest Jacques Hamel, whom they forced to his knees at the altar and slit his throat whilst shouting, "You Christians are eliminating us," and Daesh, the Arab language acronym for ISIS, the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. Another hostage was critically injured when the terrorist attempted to slit their throat as well. The other 3 hostages escaped unharmed, and the perpetrators were neutralized when they exited the church by the Research and Intervention Brigade, or BRI, a group of specialized officers which are all too familiar with this kind of attack, with BRI units having been involved in the hostage crises of the hyper-cash kosher grocery after the Charlie Hebdo attack and the November assault on the Bataclan. The church was previously listed as a possible target by an Algerian man who is currently awaiting trial for murdering dance instructor Ariel Chatelain and burning her body in a car, orphaning her 5-year-old daughter. Police found a revolver, Kalashnikov rifle, and body armor in his car, and 3 additional rifles in his apartment. One of the perpetrators of the attack was a 19-year-old Algerian who had twice been arrested attempting to enter Syria, and regardless of this highly suspicious behavior, the previous threat to the area, and protestation from the prosecutor, he was allowed to return to his mother's home, not far from the church. With judges, politicians, and the European Parliament seeming to fight tooth and nail against keeping terror out of Europe, it seems there is no end to this madness in sight. France has set a quota of 24,000 additional immigrants.
The European Commission is proposing, or shall soon propose, that 120,000 refugees be distributed, resettled over the next 2 years. For France, this will mean 24,000 persons.
And the Merkel government discarded the no on the vacancy sign and brought in 1.1 million migrants in 2015. If you raise any concerns, you are either called names.
Schlimmes passiert, wir müssen angehen dagegen, wir müssen versuchen, das zu bekämpfen, aber wir haben nun überhaupt keinen Grund auch zu größerem Hochmut, muss ich sagen. Das sage ich jetzt als deutsche Bundeskanzlerin.
Or her Stasi spies collect your information on Facebook and send the police to raid your home, claiming that Germany is home to 11,800 potentially violent right-wing extremists, conveniently overlooking that since the capture of the National Socialist Underground in 2011, there have been no right-wing attacks in Germany, while there have been 23 Islamic terror attacks in Europe since that time. With undemocratic governing bodies, widespread censorship, and constant terror attacks, it seems that Europe is trying harder to become an extension of the Middle East than a safe haven for those attempting to escape it. It should come as no surprise that nonconformist, single, fighting-aged men are flocking to the continent en masse, being that the cities of Europe have become the new, booming suburbs of Damascus. And they have been heavily advertised as such.